If you tried losing weight before and it didn't work, or if you lost weight and despite working as hard as you can, you gain all the way back, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Leonid Kim. I am board certified in Internal and Obesity Medicine, and here are the top 5 hidden reasons you may not have responded to your weight loss plan. Let's get into it. Reason number 1, losing excess or unhealthy weight is a lot more complex than we're usually led to believe. There are hundreds of commercials, programs, diet books, social media influencers, even healthcare providers who make it seem if you just do the one thing, follow a certain eating pattern or exercise, then the extra weight will come right off. Well, those work for some people, but not for all. And if you do manage to lose weight, you may be struggling keeping the weight from coming back. For those that have obesity, losing weight and keeping it off is just not as straightforward as advertised. It all comes back to the complexity of body weight homeostasis and energy balance. If you look at all the physiologic and environmental factors that affect one's body weight, you'll find that very little of it is under voluntary control. As a small example, a lot of what we choose to eat and how much we eat is determined by the subconscious part of our brain, or by our environment. And that really clashes with the popular approach of just eat less and exercise, which assumes quite the opposite. It assumes that if we haven't lost weight, that we just lack the willpower to eat less, or too lazy to exercise, which is just not true. Which brings us to reason number 2, your genetics. Have you noticed how some people seem to eat a Michael Phelps 10,000 calorie diet every day and not gain a single pound? But some gain weight at the slightest deviation from a strict diet. Well, our genetics plays a huge role in determining how much we weigh, how we respond to our environment, and our genetics also determine where we tend to gain weight. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine that looked at the response to overfeeding in identical twins followed 12 pairs of twins, or 24 men total, that were overfed 84,000 calories in a controlled environment for 84 days. And what they found was individual changes in body composition and fat deposition varied considerably in that group. Some men gaining as much as 13.3 kilograms and some as little as 4.3 kilograms. However, there were notable similarities in weight gain and fat distribution among twins. Simply put, even if you put people in the same environment and overfeed them the same diet, some people just don't gain as much weight as others, and our genetics partially determine our weight. Reason number 3, after hundreds, thousands of years of evolution, throughout most of which food was scarce and difficult to come by, our bodies have evolved to be hardwired against weight loss. Your body's own biology works against you, and it does so in many ways. First, it messes with our hormones that regulate our hunger and satiety. Losing weight makes our bodies produce more ghrelin, or the hunger hormone, that sends signals to our brains to make us eat more food. Losing weight also suppresses the release of leptin, which is a fat regulation hormone that normally tells our brains we're full and slows the production of fat cells. So the initial weight loss gives us the double whammy of worsening hunger due to increased ghrelin production, and at the same time we're losing the feeling of satiety through the drop in our leptin levels. If that wasn't bad enough, losing weight also decreases our resting energy expenditure, or resting metabolic rate, which means we burn fewer calories at rest. So eating the same caloric intake that allows us initial weight loss is now not enough to continue the weight loss, which is one of the reasons many people experience weight loss plateaus. Reason number 4 is relying too much on calories. Counting calories is a good starting point in any weight loss endeavor. However, as many people are finding out, the concept of a calorie in and a calorie out is just not that simple. Mainly because not all calories are created equal. A calorie of broccoli or meat may produce the same thermodynamic effects as a calorie of a soda or a candy bar, but how those calories interact with our bodies may be very different. Calories coming from high protein foods are usually more filling, so you don't consume as much of it and able to keep hunger at bay. And calories coming from high fiber foods, as opposed to highly processed fats and carbohydrates, are just not as well absorbed in our GI tract, thus allowing us to eat more food while still maintaining a healthy weight. Lastly, reason number 5, has to do with the stigma associated with obesity. Our society still views obesity as a character flaw, stemming from individual choices, something that can be easily fixed if we just ate less and exercised. And the media continues to reinforce the negative stereotypes of people living with obesity as lazy or lacking willpower. Well, we've gone over several reasons why that's simply not true, and focusing strictly on the best diet or the latest fat-burning exercise does not address all aspects of maintaining a healthy weight, which makes many people feel like they'll never be able to achieve their weight goals. Worse yet, weight bias and discrimination is unfortunately widespread even in the healthcare setting, which leads to poor psychological health and increase in chronic stress, and that in turn can lead to even more weight gain. In conclusion, it may be discouraging to see so many things affecting our weight beyond our immediate control. But here's the good news. Knowing what is and is not in our control is half the battle. And on this channel, I will cover lots of actionable tips on ways to maintain a healthy weight despite our genetics, despite our environment, and despite the social bias and stigma that's all around us. And we don't really need the Biggest Loser type weight loss to see changes in our health. Many of the obesity-related complications like diabetes, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, are reversed or put into remission with just 5 or 10% loss of our initial weight. The main focus is not going to be your weight number, but achieving your health goals regardless of what the scale shows. I'll see you in the next one.